All right, so we're coming to you from Gadigal land again here in Sydney, and we're recording episode 3 of Gen Z Explained.
I'm Danny. I am 19. For me, TikTok is a search engine. It's a newspaper. It's therapy. For you?
For me, TikTok, the first time I heard of TikTok, it was a song by Kesha.
We're hopeless.
Gen Z Explained is a podcast where I, a millennial, get to ask, why are you guys like that?
And I, a Gen Z, have to answer.
Because I'm your boss.
She's my boss.
This is Gen Z Explained, not Gen Z. Do you know what I mean? All right, so today we are talking about something that a lot of people are interested in, which is Gen Z lingo and Gen Z slang.
And how we communicate.
Yeah. A lot of people feel like Gen Zs communicate in a completely different way. They use so many new phrases. Those phrases are constantly changing. So we're here to define some common Gen Z slang, but also more broadly to talk about how this slang comes about.
To talk about how we text, how we interact with one another, and how sometimes the generations can clash here. I think maybe a good place to start would be my family chat. About a week ago. My sister sent through a story that one of her friends, an Instagram story that one of her friends had done of her dad.
Yeah.
And it was like a really funny photo.
Right.
So my sister sent through a screenshot of that dad, who's a family friend,
Yeah.
and sent the skull emoji.
Oh.
And my dad calls me and he's like, should we send them a hamper? Like he thought he was dead.
Wow. Okay. And for people who don't know what the skull emoji means, what does it mean?
So it means like dead at this. Like I am in the ground.
Deceased.
I'm deceased.
Of laughter.
Of laughter.
Yes.
Or maybe embarrassment, but this was laughter.
Okay. So it's like where millennials and Gen X might put the laughing with tears emoji. For Gen Z, it's skull coffin. Because you're dead. Yeah.
It's just, and it's also like maybe I send a piece of work to you and you reply saying, can you redo this? I will send this to the interns chat, like with a screenshot and then skull emoji. Because that's like laughter and
dead.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, I get it. All right. Well, let's ease in with defining a few other Gen Z isms. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Okay. So
Shoot.
quick fire round. What does slay mean?
Classic. It's great.
Cool.
Slay. Perfect. You slayed that.
Yeah. What about it's giving?
So
Use it
these
in a
things
sentence
evolve,
first.
don't they? So do you mean it's giving X or just it's giving?
Oh, okay. Let's do both. So yeah, if I looked at something and I said it's giving,
It's just
what
like
would that mean?
imagine that scene from Austin Powers when he's the photographer and he's like, work for me, work. He'd be like, it's giving.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it is great. You're doing really well.
Cool.
You are serving,
Okay.
right? And then if you say it's giving X, like so-and-so, it's giving Prada in the 90s, it's the
Right.
vibe that it has.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And if you just say it's giving, that's like a compliment.
It's great.
Generally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, let's keep moving. Mid. If I say if I ask you, how was that movie? And you were like, it was mid. What does that mean?
Like it's fine. It's a bit boring.
Does it mean it's fine, or like does it mean it's average, like actually mid, or does it mean it's slightly below average?
I think that's the etymology. It comes from like the middle,
Yeah.
but it's typically used as a prerogative. Like that's a mid jumper. I'm not going to wear that.
Or sometimes you might use it to mean that it's a bit overrated. Like if
Yeah,
something's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like that, like bar toddies. People love bar toddies. I personally think it's kind of mid.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, cool. We're getting through it. Tea.
The drama. If you spill the tea, that's in its action state.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm about to spill the tea. I'm about to tell you the drama.
Yeah, gossip.
If you say something gossipy, I'll be like, tea.
But I think
ASMR
there's
right
this
there.
other connotation when I might say that's so tea. Like if I say
it's like
something a
maybe
little bit
salacious.
controversial,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like if I say something that's a bit out there, you're like, that's tea.
But also, you're like side eye. Also though, say you look really good, you might be like, body is tea.
Oh, I
Because
hadn't
the body
heard that
is
one
salacious.
before.
It's like a Daily Mail headline.
Okay,
And it's just great.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard this one before. Can you give me some other examples of X is T?
Okay, so say it's a really great photo.
Yeah.
You would say body is tea because there is something, it's hot. People will gossip about it. They will talk in hushed whispers in corridors about this photo. It is tea. It is drama. Yeah, it's the moment.
Okay, so this is going deep. Under what circumstances would you say it's giving versus body is tea?
I think it's the same difference between saying you look beautiful or you look hot.
Okay, body is tea equals
Yeah.
hot.
Fun fact though, tea comes from the Boston Tea Party.
I didn't know this.
Kidding.
Okay. All right. Go off. Go off, queen. Go off, king.
Great, go off, pop off.
You're
do
just
your
saying the
thing.
words. What does it actually mean?
Well, I am I am saying the words, but because the way that we learn these words, so they kind of come into the public youth consciousness via osmosis of TikTok.
Yeah.
We learn them the way that babies learn words.
Sure, yeah.
By seeing them used.
Yeah.
We don't get like a dictionary definition.
Right.
2 years
Yeah,
after the word is used, like Oxford will be like, this is our word of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
Cringe. But
Oxford Dictionary is cringe.
yes, rule number one. So it's kind of hard to define because there is no set definition. It's kind of a living thing.
Yeah.
So yes, I am guilty of just saying the words. But go off means like do your thing.
Yeah.
You're doing really well.
Yeah.
Say you play a game of footy and you're like, Danny, I kicked 6 goals. I'd be like, oh, go off.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I also feel like it signals broadly agreement, right? Like if
Yeah.
you see somebody, put something forward on the internet or something and you like quite agree, you would be like, oh, go off, queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For our listeners, should you have any questions about words that potentially your kids or annoying Gen Z interns are using, please send them in.
Yes, we can cover this off in subsequent sessions. All right, last one I've got Sigma.
Sigma is interesting, and it's actually 90%, 99% of the people who are using this, which are mostly young boys, will just be using it in a jovial sort of way. But its origin is from the like alpha male. Alpha male is loosely modeled on the Patrick Bateman in the American Psycho films about
Right.
this mysterious lone wolf guy who's super ripped and is entrancing to women. But of course, that movie is about him like killing them. And Sigma is like a subset of Alpha, and it's all about being some cool, like misunderstood guy on the outskirts of society.
I would say it's a rejection of alpha and it's like another way of being. So what does Sigma grind set mean?
Well, yeah. So it's sort of been adopted and is used quite ironically because people aren't actually saying that's Sigma in like that's cool, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you
Okay,
mean.
so I might.
This is Gen Z Explain, not Gen Z. Do you know what I mean?
So you might be working hard and I'll be like, okay, Jesse, Sigma grind set. I'm not actually saying I think you are a mysterious man who's been sidelined, but you're actually the best and no one knows that. I would be saying I'd be like making a caricature of you as a lone wolf, like working hard in the darkness to succeed.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Yeah, like if I go home and my housemate's like working in the dark, I'd be like Sigma grinds that girly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it actually comes from quite a troubling corner of the manosphere of disenfranchised young men who like are on the outskirts of society who want to be recognized.
Yeah. On manosphere stuff, because that's got its interesting inside lingo as well.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what mewing means?
I do. It's when you do a face, like it's not pouting, but it's I'm not going to do
something
it
with your
because I
tongue
have
position.
dignity. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like maybe we could get a photo.
We can put a photo
Yeah.
here.
Are we able? Okay, cool. High tech.
Yeah.
And again, that started as a serious thing, and then most normal people say it ironically.
So explain what it originally meant.
So it originally was part of this like Alpha Sigma thing where again, so Patrick Bateman in the film American Psycho would be mewing because he's always like got a jawline and he's doing serious faces and he looks cool.
So I think my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is it's this notion that like if you want to be an alpha male, you have a really pronounced jawline. And if you want to kind of change your face shape gradually, if you
put the tongue on the roof of your
exactly.
mouth. Yeah.
Like make quite a concerted effort to hold your face in a certain way by mewing. Then your face will grow into will grow a stronger jawline essentially.
So that's like a really scary and sad but serious origin.
Yeah.
And it's now used as a meme by like say we do an office photo shoot and you accidentally look really serious. I'll be like, okay, mewing. Right.
Okay. What about
and it's also just a funny face to make.
Yeah, okay. Relatedly in that sphere, Chad Maxing?
No.
Oh, you don't know Chad Maxing?
Do you know?
I think so.
Kind of proud that I don't know. What is that?
I think it just means like Chad means being, once again, like alpha male, you get the ladies, and Chad Maxing means maximizing how
Your
much of a
Chadness.
Chad you are. Yeah.
Oh, fascinating.
So like you can be like Chad Gigamex.
Some people need less internet. Like to a high degree.
I'm pretty chronically online
Maxing
myself.
is something that is a suffix which has been added to things.
Yes, that's so
Right,
interesting, isn't it? That Gen
Yeah.
Z-isms and internetisms have created their own suffixes that you can add to things.
But again, they have not been created by decree or legislation.
No.
They kind of happen.
Legislation. I don't
So
think
don't make me explain them.
language has ever been created by legislation, right?
We'll have to fact check that one.
On this point, it's interesting because a lot of older people just think Gen Z speak badly, that they are super casual, they don't use grammar and punctuation properly,
Yeah.
they use a lot of slang, they say lol and like too much.
Yeah.
What do you think of that supposition?
I think I can see where that's coming from, but I think it misses so much that there is to this. So let's take LOL, for example. LOL obviously came from laugh out loud. Most people now use it as a word.
Yeah.
As a sort of qualifier. So if I
It's like
say...
a tone indicator, isn't it?
Yeah, and it makes things less blunt or less direct. So if I say, say I'm trying to get into the office, you're inside.
Yeah.
I won't text you, I'm locked out, can you come help? That's just like punching you in the face. Like, I'm locked out, can you help, lol?
Yeah.
Do you know what I
exactly.
mean?
It just softens it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And even like I guess I'm on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z, but if you send me something and you forgot to attach the file, if I said you forgot to attach the file, I think that comes across quite harsh.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
So I might be like, oh, you forgot to attach the file, lol.
Yeah.
And it just
lighthearted.
softens it a little bit. It means like I'm not like that upset with you. Like
Yeah. You've just used the word, I'm not like that upset with you.
Yeah.
Tell me about like.
I think like a lot of older people will say, young people say like so much
Yeah.
and they will think it is just a filler word. But I think like has actually become a word that bears meaning within a sentence, and so it changes the meaning of the sentence.
It's almost as important as a noun or an adjective.
Sure.
Perhaps not as important, but it's definitely not a filler word.
It's carrying some weight.
'Cause without
a
it,
sentence
it would be-
without it
yeah.
would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of
What
an
sort of like the
example.
lol?
Yeah, I'm not like that upset at you. Has a different vibe to I'm not that upset set at you, right?
It's sort of like if you're not using these qualifiers like or lol,
Yeah.
you're a fucking psychopath. Because why do you speak that? That's how my dad would
So
text.
formally.
That's like using a full stop,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Maniac stuff.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you have to adapt your own language with the environment.
Yes.
If everyone is using like and lol in this way and then you opt out of it, you don't come across as just speaking in a more formal way. You come across as sounding, I think, quite abrupt.
Yeah. And it's noticeable to people.
Agreed. Another point I've got here is about how lingo gets old quite fast and these trends are evolving very quickly. So Gen Z isms like bussin' and like main character were kind of things that the kids said 2 years ago, I want to say.
Those
But
kids.
are almost, and Chugi's another one,
Yeah.
are almost like, if you said that, you wouldn't be across the current
Yeah.
zeitgeist.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what are some places that are the drivers of what's currently in when it comes to Gen Z-isms?
Yeah. Gamer culture.
Mm-hmm.
People might be like, chat, is this real? When something happens. Because they might think it's outrageous. That comes from
That comes from, watching someone on Twitch
In the chat,
and then talking to their other fans and saying, chat, is this real?
in the chat function.
yeah, in the chat function.
The pop culture of TikTok as led by the TikTok girls.
Okay.
The TikTok girls being popular girls and gays on TikTok who set the trends.
What I think is really interesting is when my brother, who's 25, so between us, is watching TikTok, he'll like immediately be opening up the comments and reading the comments. And he's like, oh, the comments are the best part. Like,
I agree with that.
And the top comment is always as funny.
The top comment is the most liked
interesting.
comment.
Yeah, as the post itself. Whereas when I first started using TikTok, I just wasn't even opening the comments.
No, the comments are where it's at.
Yeah. I didn't realize this.
It's almost our town hall.
Right. Yeah.
How sad is that? It's our medieval market where someone's like, yeah. That's a nice sort of thing to think about.
Yeah.
I like that.
Worth acknowledging, though, that a lot of Gen Z isms like no cap, ate and left no crumbs actually comes from African American vernacular English and from Black culture. And, there are some people who come from Black culture, and really important to kind of give recognition to those etymological roots.
And of course, there's just so many examples of TikTok of trends being misnamed or people taking ownership.
Yeah, given attribution to
elements
the wrong person.
of Black culture.
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, great point. Last thing on Gen Z language, emojis. So I'm going to quickly rattle off some. You know what? I'll go to my WhatsApp and I'll bring up my most recently
There should be a disclaimer
used
here because it's
emojis.
It's frightening. Sorry, but it is.
Okay, so we'll put them up on the screen. Okay, you're going to tell me this is so millennial. It's the laughing with a teardrop one.
Yeah, I don't even know where you find that. Yeah.
Okay, what about the nail polish one?
Yeah.
To be like,
That's serving.
yeah, that's serving.
As we talked about earlier.
Okay, that
That's
one's
great.
serving. Okay, I've got a thumbs up.
That's a psychopath one. If I sent you a piece of work and you applied thumbs up, I'd be like, this woman hates me.
Wow.
But
good
equally,
to know.
that's how like dads text
Yeah,
with a thumbs up.
Yeah, I feel like Will, our colleague, sends me
He's
the
like
thumbs
30,
up.
but
all
he's
the
a secret boomer. Yeah, massive thumbs up.
he's
I
28,
sometimes use a thumbs
but
up to
50.
show that I'm business-like. I get imposter syndrome doing it though.
Okay, what else have I got? I've got the monkey with the eyes.
That's just like, who do you think you are? That's an annoying person's emoji.
Oh my God.
You want honesty.
Wow. Okay. Got the eye one. The two eyes.
eyes?
Yeah.
So we're talking about, this is the early stages of our podcast. We're talking about Jessie and I the other week. How do we promote it? And I say maybe we could have a teaser photo and then say coming soon,
Yeah.
eyes emoji, meaning the two eyes that are going to be on the screen.
Yeah.
Jessie was like, okay, I love it. And she did a mock-up of it. And she did a single eye, next to it the lips, like the sexy lips, and then a single eye. And it was so scary.
Screen.
To our listeners, I encourage you not to watch the visual element because it's terrifying. The eyes are cool though, unless you're doing
the eyes are
whatever you
cool.
did. Yeah.
All right, we'll do 3 more. Crying with the lots of tears. Used
That's sort of like the skull.
normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Used ironically, like there's no food in the fridge or something like that. Crying,
Yeah,
like
Breakdown. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Melting face.
Yeah, okay. That's chill. It might be like, you might text me, how was your flight home? I'll be like, it was delayed, melting face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about like a
No strong feelings there.
person just asked me to do X,
Yeah.
melting face.
Vic might be like, do you want to get drinks after work? I'll be like, Jessie just asked me to do this task. Melting face.
Yeah,
But you
okay.
would never do that.
And last one, the party hat with the celebration.
That's fine. That's kind of cute.
That one's cute. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Do you want to tell me your most recently used emojis?
Okay, so my most recent emojis. So there's this one, which for like people listening is a person with their hands on their face making a gap for the eye.
Yeah, looking through the gap. Yeah.
I would use that. Say you went on a date.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, "How was the date?" Then that emoji. There's something suspenseful about
It would be, I think if you said, how was the date? No emoji. It'd be a bit direct, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to, I'd have to kind of just take that on face value.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like a little bit cheeky.
Yes.
A little bit like,
it's upbeat.
I'm wondering, I'm thinking about you.
You wouldn't
but like,
actually
you don't have
use
to
it,
tell
though.
me.
Say you go to the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
You
that would
wouldn't
be
text
weird.
like, "How was the doctor's emoji?"
Yeah.
I have the person crying a solid stream down their face.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yep. I have the smiling with the eyes welling up. It's kind of cute. And then because I have
That's
regular
ooh.
contact with lots of boomers, I have the thumbs up. I have the laughing with tears.
Okay.
And I have
Which
the
you've
stars for
reclaimed.
eyes.
You've decided to
let's
reclaim
get
that.
into this because so laughing with tears and then laughing with tears diagonal, like on the horizontal,
Of the
have
diagonal.
historically been millennial emojis to
Yeah,
use
sure.
because it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
But lots of young people now use them in a very ironic way. Say I just did something crazy. Like,
Right.
okay, maybe I just was at Yochi and fell over. I might text my friend, "I just fell to the floor in Yochi."
Right,
laughing
okay.
with tears emoji. Because it's like, I'm not taking myself
I think
seriously.
what you can do is, if you want to be really crazy, is actually alternate that one and then the diagonal one.
It's
So
just
go
like, I'm so goofy.
so
Yeah.
goofy.
This takes a high level of self-awareness, which most people don't have. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we've talked a lot about what Gen Z say. Let's talk about the channels that they use to communicate. So, Danny, what is your favorite messaging app?
So, well, firstly, for Gen Z, it's like different levels.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you're 20 and under, Snapchat is a thing.
Okay.
Snapchat is an instant messaging app where you send photos of your face. It deletes after 24 hours and you can text. I don't really use Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
One of my sisters, she's 23, and I think she was the last age group to really actually use Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I use Facebook Messenger, the texting, but I don't post on Facebook. I don't really know how to navigate it. I use iMessages, like the Apple texting. I think that's quite chic and mature. WhatsApp, not really. If
For work,
someone's
we use
international, yeah.
You have to talk to me over WhatsApp.
Yeah. And then I will.
Instagram?
A main way that I stay in touch with my friends is sending them reels that I've seen on Instagram and TikToks that I've seen on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's actually, when you think about it, kind of cute. Someone sees something and they're like, "X will find this funny. I will
Yeah.
send it to them."
Yeah. On that point, the is it cringe of this week is Snapchat cringe.
Interesting. Yes. Here's why. Snapchat is something people grow out of. I would argue that it's like main usership of 14-year-olds. And say you are 21 and still on Snapchat. It's kind of like, what are you doing? I have two sisters, 23, 25. They're both off it now. Maybe deleted it at 21. Snapchat has a sort of juvenile nature to it. It's bright colors. I think it's very popular with young people because it's sort of playful, and you have streaks that you have with a person. So if you're in contact daily for 200 days, you have a 200-day streak. I think Snapchat is Snapchat is not just cringe, but really horrible. So there's the Snap Map, which is literally a map, a live map you can go on, and you see your friends at the last location they were on the app. You can opt out of this, but most people opt in. And that dramatically alters how young people exist. Like, say
Really?
your mum's like, "Do you want to come to the street with me?" You might not be in the mood to see people, so you check if someone's there. Or you'll check if someone's there to see if you have to put effort into your outfit.
Wow.
It's got problems, safety problems. And then equally, the Snapchat emphasis. So when you open Snapchat, you open it to the selfie camera so you see your face. I've written about this before. So the average user opens Snapchat 40 times a day. So you're seeing your face 40 times a day or more already.
Yeah.
And then to keep your streaks up with people, which is big for young, like maybe if you're 14.
Yeah.
You are taking photos of yourself, you're playing with the filters. So you see your appearance the whole time. No wonder eating disorders are on the rise.
Do people
No
not
wonder
take
we're
snaps
appearance
of
focused.
things that are not their face? Like of things?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. But equally, like, it's selfie oriented.
Got it. Okay, I see.
And that's probably kind of a very vapid thing to be.
Fascinating take.
So it is
I hadn't heard
cringe,
that
yes.
before. All right, Danny. Our listener question of the week is the social media ban a good thing?
Oh, this could almost be its own episode. But for those who don't know, the Australian government has bipartisan support for a social media ban on everyone under 16. Sounds great. Firstly, practically speaking, there has not been successful age verification laws enacted anywhere in the world that are workable in terms of privacy. So practically speaking, who knows if it's going to work?
One thing that was interesting though is that when TikTok got banned in the US, you couldn't just get around it with a VPN.
Oh, some people did. James Charles did, famously.
Oh, okay. So you can get around it with.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, honey, catch up. But then principally, is a social media ban for under 16s a good thing? I think, say it does get banned, I think that inspires a laziness in that people will be like, we don't need to deal with this issue.
Right.
I think social media is an inevitable, invasive, insipid part of life. And so young people need some sort of introduction to the digital lives that they're going to lead.
Neopets.
Low key, yeah. Jesse's always going on about this fucking game called Neopets that was her introduction to the internet, which is like this happy like Club Penguin sort of virtual game where you have pets and can interact with people. Yeah. I agree that there needs to be a middle ground. I wonder if instead of a ban, we should have a national strategy for teachers and more resources for parents, a duty of care on social media companies to prove before selling their product that it's safe. I just think it needs this is a very complicated problem with no simple solution. And this is a very reductive solution.
All right, that's all we have time for today. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe, leave a review on Spotify. Stop rolling your eyes at me.
Hey, yo. Can you leave reviews on Spotify? I don't know that you can. Do you think we're going to get any haters?
We'll find out.
If you want to hate, leave that below.
All traction
is good. You can hate me, but you can't hate my outfit.
Okay.
Did Rihanna say that?
Till the next episode of Gen Z Explain. Good to see you, Danny.
You too.